I'm just a guy who loves Disney and has way too much time on his hands. As always, if anybody from Disney is watching, please don't sue me. I'm here to rate, review, and describe all of your favorite things from the magical world of Disney. I'm File91e and welcome to my Disney news and reviews. Hello everyone and welcome to this week's Disney news and reviews. I'm File91e and I have a cold. It's not fun. It's not fun having a cold in the cold, but it's not going to stop my awesome weekend. You see, I've been having this really good weekend so far because Thursday night, it started Thursday night. I went to see the Trans-Siberian Orchestra in concert. If you don't know them, check them out on YouTube or Google them or whatever. Awesome. Then Friday I went to see The Princess and the Frog. You'll hear my thoughts on that later in the show. I also, that night we had our Silent Hill night, and if any of my fans actually watched us during that, it was actually funny because you saw us go from really happy to really angry. You saw us get frustrated, not frustrated, or frustrated. That's what we do. It's almost guaranteed every Silent Hill game we start flipping out on each other, and just acting completely like kids. But I guess that's why we do it. Today I'm just going to relax because tomorrow I'm going to the Ravens game to watch the Ravens hopefully defeat the Detroit Lions. So yeah, it's just a good weekend this week, and I'm dreading next week at work because it's going to be horrible. But I'm just going to savor the flavor for right now, and yeah, so that's what's going on with me. So for right now, let's get right to the news. Santa Claus will be at the American Adventure Pavilion in Epcot 1:30 to 3:30, 4:10 to 6:10, and 6:50 to 8:50 p.m. starting, I think now until Christmas. There will be a Disney trading night Friday, December 18th from 6 to 9 p.m. at Disney's Contemporary Resort Ballroom of the Americas. Guests of all ages are invited, so if you're a trader, that's where the next one's going to be held. Tickets for the Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party for Friday, December 18th are sold out. Currently tickets are still available for other remaining dates, but the Friday, December 18th one completely sold out. Walt Disney World recently signed the Birmingham, Alabama-based Hoar Construction, H-O-A-R, to do site development work for the Fantasyland renovation project it announced a few months ago. Remember I told you that they're expanding Fantasyland into some big huge thing? The construction company has an office in Orlando and has a number of projects in the Orlando region. Disney says the Fantasyland construction, which will take several years to complete, is scheduled to begin this next spring. So it's going to be great. Fantasyland going to be updated. It's going to be cool. So right now, let's get right to the reviews. It is December, and it's time we start reviewing some Christmas movies. And Disney just came out, oddly enough, with a new Christmas movie, The Christmas Carol. And that's what I'm going to be reviewing right now. The Christmas Carol was directed by Robert Zemeckis, and this was his first project with Disney since Who Framed Roger Rabbit, which is kind of funny. This movie is in 3D, but it's also in 2D if your theaters don't have that capabilities. But I saw the 3D version recently, a couple weeks ago, and I got to say I was pleasantly surprised. The 3D in it is it's not too much. It's not like this crazy hyper 3D where you're kind of just lightheaded afterwards. No, it was normal, regular 3D, just like if you were looking at me in person in 3D. So that was really cool. They didn't go crazy with it, which some movies do, and it just doesn't work. Ebenezer Scrooge goes through, he's a crotchety old man, he's visited by 3 ghosts who take him through his life, and he becomes a really, a nice man in the end. He learns from his mistakes. So I think the moral of the whole thing is to just be nice to people. I don't know. I never really had that problem with being a bad guy because I'm a generally nice person, I think. Anyway, Jim Carrey did a lot of the voices. I'm talking a lot of these voices. He did all 3 of the ghosts, and he also did Scrooge. Jim Carrey, oddly enough, did the voice of Scrooge, and he did a great job with it. He didn't, wasn't crazy off the wall. Jim Carrey, he did a pretty good job, but he was crazy and off the wall with some of the characters when it called for it. But other big actors like Gary Oldman, Colin Firth, Bob Hoskins, and Robin Wright, they were in there as well. They all did a great job. The music in this movie was also done very well as well. How's that work? Now the movie actually followed the story pretty well. They didn't deviate too far from from the book. There are some points in the movie where it was actually very, very dark and scary at times, and I think that really added to the enjoyment for me. I really liked that part of the movie. The cinematography and the animations were outstanding. The sets were vast, and the way they made the feel of old London was actually really good. They didn't use the motion capture effects like they used in Beowulf. Zemeckis also directed that, and in Beowulf they did a lot of motion capture work, but they didn't do it for this one. They did it was completely hand animated, which was actually really cool. Hand animated in a computer, not hand drawn. Now the biggest part of the movie, the ending, was very well done, and as you know, if you watch, if you watch a good movie, and it starts pulling on your heartstrings like that, it was worth a good look. And I really enjoyed this Christmas Carol movie. It's one of the better ones that I've seen, although not as good as Muppets Christmas Carol, I don't think. But anyway, the Disney's A Christmas Carol, I'm going to give 3 out of 5 stars. Okay, the next thing I want to review is the movie I just saw yesterday. It's a brand new movie by Disney, brand new hand-drawn animated movie. The Disney Animation Studios are back. I love it. It's The Princess and the Frog. This is the first animated movie since Home on the Range back in 2004. I didn't like Home on the Range, but I love this movie. The plot was pretty good. It flowed well and didn't have too many plot holes. I'm not going to spoil anything. Tiana is the main character. She lives down in New Orleans, and she goes through a huge adventure where she turns into a frog, and now she has to get back. There's a lot of other things that go along with it, and a lot more characters are in the movie than what is shown on screen, so that's pretty cool. The music was possibly the best part of the movie. The songs were catchy, and the score by Randy Newman was actually really well done. It was all jazz styled music, and if you love jazz like I do, man, it was really good. The vocal tracks that were sung by, I think they were sung by the actual people who did the voice acting, and they did a great job with that. The vocal tracks were awesome. I mean, I really can't put that down, because that was just it was really good. The cinematography and the animation were spot on, very new, old school, very Disney Renaissance, meaning like in the style of The Little Mermaid or Aladdin. Disney really just went all out and said, you know what, let's go back and make a hand-drawn movie, and let's do this the right way, and they did it. It was good stuff. The voice acting was perfect. Every character had the right voice actor to portray them. Disney didn't go out and spend tons of money on these big names that really kind of water down the voices. The main character, Princess Tiana, did a very good job. You felt for her, and you wanted to see her journey all the way through to the end. Some movies you just really don't care, you lose interest. With this one, it goes right through. Prince Naveen was hilarious as well, and all the other supporting cast members. I think over half of the Disney movies, if it weren't for the supporting cast, it wouldn't be, they wouldn't be classified as great movies. But this, because that's how much the supporting cast really affects a movie, and the supporting cast members behind Prince Naveen and Princess Tiana really did a great job. The villain was good. He was played by his voice actor was Keith David. He has that very deep voice, and he had that very sinister voice, and it really worked out well. Now villain-wise, he wasn't the best Disney villain out there. But it worked well for this movie. So overall, I loved the Princess and the Frog. I really want you guys to go and see this movie. go and support the the new Disney Disney animated studios. I think Disney has a really good mindset for animation now, because they're not going to combine the Pixar 3D stuff with the animation. Even though they did a little bit in this, it was just in the, in the right parts where it was needed. I'm really looking forward to the future. They're doing Rapunzel, which I'm really looking forward to. I think it's going to be great. So Disney's Princess and the Frog, 4 out of 5 stars. Thank you all for watching this one. This is running kind of long, so I gotta hurry up here. If anybody from Disney is watching, please don't sue me. Go to allears.net, touringplans.com, wdwmagic.com for all your latest and greatest Disney news. Check out my Christmas giveaway video. If you want to get that shirt, just type "I'm in that video," not this one. Do not post in this one. And I'll do the drawing on my Christmas show, and hopefully one of you will get a little Christmas present later in the mail. So yeah, thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next week, where I will review Santa Claus's, or the Santa Claus movies 2 and 3. The first one will be a part of my Christmas show. So I'll see you all later, and see you next week.